try to find out if there's grass that's greener still. To find out if there's grass that's greener still.
It's 7 o'clock at the edge of America, and the Icebox Radio Theater is on the air. Coming to you from the familiar, friendly confines of Range Ridge, International Falls, Minnesota, we are here in Smokey Bear Park at the Bandshell. It's the big broadcast of 1920. Wow. First mistake is mine. It's really old-time radio, 2021, featuring 2 original world premiere radio plays written by and for the people of the Northland. Thank you so much for coming out. We are the Icebox Radio Theater. A couple of brief announcements before we get going. Want to let you know we are broadcasting, first of all, here in the park at 106.9 FM. If you brought a radio, you should be able to pick us up there. Or if the heat or the rain get to you, just head to your car and you should be able to pick up the signal within the confines of the park and not much further. Also, we're broadcasting on the internet today. That is available at our website, iceboxradio.org/live. If you know anybody anywhere on planet Earth who you think might enjoy this show, go ahead, ring them up, let them know that it's going out live right now and will be available as a podcast after that. Well, it's our 10th year doing a show at the Bandshell, going back to our founding. We actually founded in 2004. And I think this is at least the 10th year of doing a show here at the Bandshell. Going to be doing 2 new plays of existing series, popular series, including Bush Pilot. That was written by Dave Erwin. He's done 4 or 5 episodes. This is a brand new premiere episode today entitled The Promise. And the wacky folks of Radio Icebox, the fictitious town of Icebox, Minnesota, just up the road from here. It's not here, trust me. Will be along with a wonderful story concerning Bigfoot. Also want to mention, we do have some sponsors today. Of course, iFalls Nice, who covers the expense for the concerts each and every Wednesday. How about we just give iFalls Nice a nice round of applause? More than anything, we need to gather these days, and we're very lucky to have this opportunity. Also want to mention Worley Motors participated in our recent fundraiser on the 4th of July. Thank you very much there, as did Border State Bank. So, you know what? Forgot to warn you guys of this. I was going to do a little introductions before we even begin, because it seems like once we're done, everyone wants to leave really fast for some reason. It's a mystery. So let's just go down the line. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our actresses, Diane Adams. Give her a nice round of applause. You know him, you love him. From behind the bar at the Cantilever, it's Cody Boyer, ladies and gentlemen. He's not sitting on the floor. That's what he calls a chair. These are available for sale in the lobby. Been with us for a very long time since he's played a a teenager, Justin Kapla, ladies and gentlemen. Woman who made her debut on this very stage playing a mermaid, Aela Mackintosh. You know him, you love him, you've probably hired him at some point or another. Tom Bement, also known as Larry. There's no way to do this because he's hiding behind me, which if you know Caleb, makes perfect sense. Caleb Silvers, ladies and gentlemen. And now he won't be able to talk when it's his turn. And the star of Bush Pilot, as well as the president of the theater, Mr. Jim Yount. And making her live show debut as our Foley artist, sound effect artist today, Evie Conat, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I get it. You just all came to see the sound effects. And how about a big round of applause for our engineer, Ian Hall. It's his fault. Whatever happens. So if the cast of Bush Pilot gets up here, I think we can get this started. If I don't.
We go back to the days when this region was largely unexplored. Small towns across the north were only accessible by tedious train journeys, and often where the tracks ended, so did civilization. Lakes and rivers had been the North's only roads for a millennium, navigated by canoe in summer and snowshoes or dog teams in winter. Then to the hinterland came the bush plain, carrying people and freight to places where no roads exist or men had ever set foot. The men who jockeyed these plains were a breed unto themselves. Many had learned their flying skills in the hostile skies over Europe. The more adventurous types, who hated the restraints of rulebooks and scheduled flights, drifted north and became the unique breed of independent and often ornery fellows known as the bush pilot. Tonight's story, The Promise.
Hey, oh, God, what's that awful smell?
Where's Gert? Ask her.
Back already, Mark? Whoa, that's strong!
Oh, don't go playing innocent with me, Gert. You knew exactly what you were doing when you sent me up north with a load of live goats.
Mark, please, as a favor to mankind, can you...
That ain't no goats I'm smelling. What is that?
4 live goats. Everything was hunky-dory until I hit turbulence as I was setting down. Oh, my poor flight jacket.
Please take that thing outside. Explain later. It reeks.
One of those rotten critters grabbed my jacket off the back of the seat. Then they all took turns puking on it. Then came the diarrhea.
Maybe you should burn that thing, Mark.
Timothy, get your butt down to the dock and start cleaning up that plane now.
Never mind him, Mark. The kid doesn't know any better. Tell you what, put that thing in a bag out on the steps and I'll pay to have it cleaned.
Yeah, now please. Before we all start upchucking. Ye gads, that smells worse than dead skunk.
Woo! What a job. I scrubbed the compartment down with disinfectant, then Clorox bleach. The cargo bay still smells of sick goat.
Ew, I got news for you, kid. So do you.
Ah! So now, will someone tell me what the big deal about Mark's radio flight jacket anyway? Boy, he looked mad. I thought for a second he was going to flatten me.
Timmy, my boy, that old leather jacket is Mark's prized possession. His talisman.
Huh?
He wore that flight jacket through 2 tours with the RAF. Then, when he transferred to the RCAF, he wore it while an advanced flight instructor with the Commonwealth Training Unit out west.
No wonder it looks so beat up.
That weather-beaten old jacket, as you call it, kind of Mark's good luck charm. Ever notice that patch on the right cuff?
Yeah, it's hard to miss.
That patch covers a hole made by a piece of shrapnel from a U-109 nose cannon back in 41. A souvenir being shot down for the second time.
Remind me to never make fun of his jacket again.
What? Hold your horses. I'm coming. This better be good. Who calls at 3 a.m? Hello? Oh, hi, Ben. The goose went down? When did this happen? Uh-huh. Who was flying it? Oh, you're kidding. Andy has a wife and a kid at home. Any word on whether he made it? Okay, well, let's hope for the best. Search begins at daylight. I'll be in by 7. That way we can have the planes warmed up and ready to go at first light. Right. I'll see you then. Well, is everyone here? Did we all make it?
All right, fellas, listen up. This is Inspector Grimes from the OPP. He's been appointed search coordinator.
Morning, men. Thanks for coming in. According to reports, the plane left Savant Lake about 3 p.m. yesterday for a 40-minute flight with a load of freight bound for a logging camp on West Iron Lake. He never arrived. The camp didn't get word out about the missing plane until, sometime after midnight. provincial police and the Lands and Force are both putting a plane up with spotters.
I'm putting up everything we've got in the air, too, so that should give us 7 aircraft in all.
The DOT is putting the word out, so every pilot in the district will be keeping their eyes peeled until he's found. If we haven't spotted him by nightfall, the RCAF will be sending up a Goonie bird out of Winnipeg at daybreak tomorrow to help with the search.
Tim and I rounded up every thermos we could lay our hands on, so everyone takes a coffee up with you, and the Sally Ann is sending over donuts for us when we come in to refuel.
Well, I've split you into 2 groups. Group 1 takes off as soon as this briefing is over, and you will search northward in the grid pattern I've marked on these maps, starting from West Iron. Group 2 will leave 10 minutes later, and your grid starts from Savant, southeastward. With this many planes concentrated in a small area, pilots, keep your eyes peeled for other aircraft, and stay on your grid pattern. Let your spotters do the searching, please. I don't want to lose any more planes today. We will be using the emergency frequency, so let's keep the chatter to a minimum. I will be coordinating from here. Okay, boys, let's get into the air and find Andy Phillips.
And girl, you're not making me sit around here on my butt until you find poor Andy. I'm spotting for Mark.
Well, quit flapping your jaws and let's get going, Gert. We're in Group 1. And don't forget my coffee.
It's my coffee too, kiddo. Oh yeah, well, let's go. Okay.
All right, load them up. Oh, any more of that coffee left, Gert?
Couple swallows, maybe. Here, you have it, Marcus. I need the little girl's room something awful bouncing around in here for hours.
Well, hang in there, Gert. We only have another half an hour or so of usable light left. Then Grimes will have to call things off until daylight tomorrow.
But that means poor Andy spending a 3rd night in the bush, maybe hurt.
Such are the joys of search and rescue, old girl. It could be midwinter.
Oh, speaking of old, these eyes of mine feel like I kept them stored in Humphrey's litter box.
Oh, that's right. I forgot this is your first time spotting. Eye strain. There's a trick to that. You see, you have to
Rescue lead to all planes. Rescue lead to all planes. Return to base. I repeat, return to base. Bad news, fellas. A trapper just stumbled across the wreckage. Burned on impact. Sorry to tell you, but your man didn't make it. Please confirm receiving.
Oh my, that poor family.
Rescue 1, Roger.
OPP rescue. Message received.
Rescue 3, returning to base.
Rescue 4, Roger, Wilco. Aircraft 5, acknowledged.
Oh, son of a... excuse my French, Gert. As if Andy's wife didn't have enough on her plate, now she's a young widow and a sick kid to raise on her own.
Lands and Forest Rescue. We're heading back to Sioux Lookout, boys. Sorry that Andy didn't make it.
Oh, she's family. We look after our own.
Here they come. Hey! They aren't landing! How come they're all bunched up like that?
Oh, they're swinging out over the bay.
Pretty sloppy flying, if you ask me.
Well, I'll be. You see where they left a gap in their formation, son?
Yes, sir.
Andy must have been Air Force during the war. This is the highest tribute a fellow aviator can give a fallen comrade. Oh, son, you have just witnessed the missing man formation.
Wow. They flew right over the office at treetop level.
What effect will the loss of a pilot have on Ben and his crew at Border Air? How will the Phillips family deal with their loss? Stay tuned to find out on the next installment of Bush Pilot.
International Falls Public Library is your source for lifelong learning opportunities as well as entertainment. The library has over 50,000 books, definitely something for everyone. There are over 1,400 audiobooks on CD, 60 magazine subscriptions, and 3,000 DVD movie titles available. That's not all, though. The library also provides over 500,000 digital items through the apps Libby and Hoopla. You can borrow e-books, comic books, audiobooks, magazines, TV shows, and movies to read, listen, and watch on whatever device you choose. But that's still not all. The library also offers lots of opportunities for digital learning through LinkedIn Learning, Mango Languages, and Creative Bug. You can learn how to start your own business, marketing skills, learn a new software program, or even photography skills on LinkedIn Learning. Mango Language app offers over 70 modern languages with interactive, inductive lessons to help you gain language skills that stick. Our newest digital offering with the Arrowhead Library System is Creative Bug, which provides thousands of courses on everything from basic houseplant care to soap making to knitting a sweater to engraving a photo on wood and more. And that is still not all that your local public library has to offer. The library has things that you can borrow, things to learn new skills or just help you save money. You can borrow a sewing machine, a pack-and-play baby bed, a dehydrator, or a shaved ice machine. You can borrow a Cricut, a metal stamping or wood burning kit, and try a new hobby. Think you'd like to play disc golf? Borrow one of our sets and see how you like it. Having a family reunion or a party? Borrow our large outdoor games like Jenga, Kerplunk, or Cornhole and make wonderful family memories. Or borrow a jigsaw puzzle and have a quiet evening or two at home at the cabin. The library also offers space to record your own podcast or music. You can meet a friend at the library and play games together on the Wii, PS3, or Nintendo Switch. Preschool children and their caregivers can attend story time and discover the joys of libraries, stories, and how fun learning can be with our early childhood educational toy collection, only available after story time. Elementary children can learn with our laboratory program, currently with take-home activities, but hopefully in-person excitement and discovery come fall. The library is open Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Thursday and Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays during the school year, the library is open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So visit soon and discover the joy of learning and reading all over again.
Last time we visited Mark and the gang at Border Air Services, the team had lost a valued co-worker to an untimely accident. Mark took the loss especially hard, since he and Andy Phillips had served in the same squadron in the RAF. Now a year has passed, and Mark is teaching Andy's young son, Ronnie, to fly. We pick up our story just after Ronnie's latest lesson.
Down, Ronald. I'm sure the whole neighborhood isn't waiting to hear your astounding news. Did you thank Mr. Black for your lesson?
Well, he certainly did, several times.
Mark says I'm ready to go solo and get my license.
That's Mr. Black to you. Now, back up just a minute.
But Mr. Black says I'm ready and I can get my license once I turn 15.
Mark, are you sure?
Sorry, Martha. Didn't mean to blindside you like that, but yep, he is as ready as he'll ever be.
Well, let me think about it. Don't you have some lines to practice for the school Christmas pageant, young man? Off you go.
Oh, Mom.
Please, sit down a moment, Mark. Let me bring you a cup of coffee. It's the least I can do in return for all the free flying lessons you've been giving my Ronnie.
Thanks, Martha. I will have a cup. You know, back when Ronnie was born, I promised Andy when your son was old enough, I'd teach him to fly. It's the least I could do for the wingman who saved my butt in combat more than once. Andy sure was a hell of a Spitfire pilot.
Andy never talked about the war. Here's your coffee. Cream and sugar?
Yes, thanks.
I guess I'm dreading Ronnie getting his license. His dad had always promised to give Ronnie his flight jacket the day he became a pilot. Ronnie so admired that ratty old thing. But it was lost in the fire with Andy.
So, how have things been going for you boys since you lost Andy?
Well, I won't try to kid you, Mark. It's been tough, especially trying to raise a son by myself. Thank God Andy had a little insurance, and I'm getting his military pension. You know, Gert helped me get a job waitressing at the Bluebird while Ronnie is in school, so at least we're getting by okay. It's just, I worry so about Ronnie. He misses his dad something awful, but he never complains. He's become such a quiet boy. He spent so much time alone in the sanatorium in Port Arthur last time the TB flared up. He was away from us for 2 weeks short of a year. Thank goodness Andy was able to fly down there to visit him quite a bit. Tuberculosis is tough on any child. Do you really think he can pass the physical to fly?
TB is tough on the whole family, Martha. He doesn't need a physical for his private pilot's license, just the standard eye exam.
Mark, he's so young, and he's been sick so much.
Martha, you're in Ontario. You qualify for your private pilot's license at 50. Now, I taught a couple hundred kids to fly while in the service. Ronnie is a national, like his dad, with a healthy dose of caution and
Common sense.
Well, if you're really sure. I mean, he can't even drive a car until he's 16.
Well, true, but there is a lot less traffic in the sky than on the highway. Besides, I've taught him all I can for now. Once he logs enough hours solo, I'll teach him instrument flying. With any luck, health-wise, by the time he is 21, he just might qualify for his commercial ticket. It was Andy's fondest dream for his son to follow in his footsteps.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of. But yes, it was Andy's wish. We both know it's Ronnie's dream, too. He turns 15 on Boxing Day. That's next week.
He is more than ready, Martha. And besides, could any kid wish for a better Christmas present from his mom than permission to get a pilot's license?
No, I guess not.
We'll get Ben to put Ronnie's work on the dock come summertime, build up his strength and confidence, and he has a good chance of making it all the way to the pilot seat one fine day.
Well, if that new drug streptomycin really works for him, like the specialist said, Ronnie might even eventually be cured of TB for good.
Well then, here's to the town's newest pilot.
So, Santa good to you this year, Tim?
He sure was. He brought me a new topcoat from Lemons. I'm gonna wear it to the new big New Year's Eve dance at the Orange Hall.
Yeah, nice. Nothing like going top drawer, huh?
Speaking of new togs, did you notice Mark has a new leather flight jacket?
No. You gotta be kidding me.
I asked him if it was a gift from that girlfriend of his.
Ah, that'll be the day.
Nope. He just sort of growled at me and muttered something about forgetting the old one at the White Pine, and some lowlife had up and swiped it.
You don't say.
That guy must have been blind drunk. Who in their right mind would want anything that beat up? I swear, every so often I could still notice the faint aroma of goat on that thing from 2 summers ago.
Now that is mighty strange. I could swear 6 ways to Sunday that Phillips kid was wearing a beat-up old flight jacket, just like Mark's when he came in to show off his new pilot's license yesterday.
You have been listening to The Promise, and even though it's just a bit early, on behalf of Mark and everyone at Border Air Service, let me wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. Stay tuned next time for another adventure of The Bush Pilot.
And that was The Bush Pilot by Dave Erwin. Well, I was going to play a song by Myron Hawrylak, God rest his soul. There it is. We're going to take a minute, reset some sound effects, change out a cable or two, and we will be right back with Radio Icebox right after this.
What I have to say, and if I try to tell you, babe, I know that you may not understand why I can't play out this hand. I'm throwing in my cards and I must go. I've been along for the ride, now I believe it's time to drive. It's time I take control of my own wheel. And it may be just a lie, but you know I've got to try to find out if there's grass that's greener still. I'm not saying you're to blame, but I just can't play the game by the rules you set for us so long ago. I'm not sure I know what's real, but I know the way I feel. And I know for me there's got to be much more. The best laid plans, they say, are the ones that go astray. Though I try to bend myself to fit your schemes, but now I'll go before I break. I've got my own plans to make. I've got to go and follow my own dreams. But you know I've got to try to find out if there's grass that's greener still. To find out if there's grass that's greener still.
Far, far, far to the north in the United States, along Minnesota's border with Canada, there sits a tiny village known as Icebox. Years ago, an event of cosmic significance cut off the village from all outside communication. No television, no cable, no satellite, no internet. This community of a few hundred souls gets all of its news and entertainment from a single, low-power, mostly legal, community broadcast station, Radio Icebox. This is their story.
Good morning, Icebox. This is JJ, your program director, wacky morning DJ, jack of all trades and master of none here at Radio Icebox. We have a beautiful summer day in store, a look at local weather and news, right after a word from our sponsor this morning, Icebox Grocery.
Hi, this is Larry at Icebox Hardware. Happy to announce that spring is officially here, so the extra security is going to be let go. Now, I'm real proud of you all. We hardly had any incidents this year, and as a thank you, we're going to be holding a Bash the Snowblower event this Saturday at 3 p.m. We got a sledgehammer, and for just $1 a whack, you can go to town on a Toro snowblower, all proceeds to benefit the Special Olympics. Now, I know from experience that this event always creates a lot of emotion in people, so my wife has set up an aromatherapy area in the store over by the paint. She'll help you calm down, process all those complicated feelings. Donations accepted. Downtown next to the Nutcase newspaper, and thanks for not burning the snow shovel this year.
Okay, good morning. And before we go to news, it looks like we actually have a phone call coming in. And the listener comes first here at Radio Icebox. That is, if I can figure out how the phone patch works. Hey, you got JJ in the morning show. What's on your mind?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you've reached Radio Icebox.
I'm trying to call the radio station.
That's right, you've reached us. It's the morning show on Radio Icebox.
So, this is the radio station?
Yes, ma'am, it is. Can I help you?
I'm trying to call that one on the radio. The one who talks without a name. It's just letters or something.
You mean JJ?
That's it, that's the one. Let me talk to him.
You've got him. This is JJ in the morning on Radio Icebox.
Who?
Look, ma'am, let me put you on hold and start a song. I'm sure that we can help you if you just
No, don't put me on hold. I have to tell the people something.
The people?
Yes, the people. There is an emergency. He's back.
Say what now?
I saw him in the woods behind my porch. He's back.
Who's back?
Bigfoot, of course. Who do you think I'm talking about?
Really? You saw Bigfoot?
That's right. I live at the end of 6th Street along Beach Avenue. The woods are right out my back door. I went to tap out my pipe this morning and there he was. 7 foot tall, covered with reddish brown hair. I about dropped my bulldog.
Your dog was with you?
No, that's the type of pipe I have, a bulldog.
I see. Well, this is fantastic information, ma'am, and I really appreciate you calling me of all people.
Smells.
Beg pardon?
I said he smells terrible. They call him skunk apes, you know? And if you smelled him, you'd know why.
Okay, well, thanks again for... Oh, gosh darn it, didn't ask her name. Thank you again for the wonderful lady that just called us to report a Bigfoot sighting in the woods along Beach Avenue. News is next. Hey, everyone. It's me, Woody, again. Well, wife didn't get her SUV, so now it's a trip to the casino with the girlfriends. So, come on down to Woody's Guide Service and Bait Shop. We got pretty much the same crap we've always had, but there's more of it now. Oh, and there's still some t-shirts left from the last Olympics when we put the Olympic logo next to ours. They're kind of rare now, so maybe you should pick up a few for people who want visit from out of town. Well, and hurry, because the Olympic Committee's lawyers have been looking for who's making the shirts. So as you can see, we need money. Maybe a lot. Come down and give me some of yours.
Woody's Bait Shop and Guide Service on Beach Avenue in Icebox. Open alternating Tuesdays, 1 to 5.
Hurry, because, I might be in jail soon.
Woody's.
Okay, well, let's go ahead with the news, I guess. Our top story this morning, Bigfoot sighted by an area woman in the woods beyond Beach Avenue. More on this story as it develops. In other news, a candidates debate designed to weed out the field for this fall's mayoral election descended into literal mudslinging Tuesday evening when Edgar Potlatch, the candidate from the recently formed Edgar Potlatch Is Always Right party, had a philosophical disagreement with Gloria Goldstein-Hughes, the candidate for the Age of Aquarius Polytechnic Party. Goldstein-Hughes, who brought a bucket of mud to the debate as a visual aid, splattered Potlatch in what she claimed was an accident while gesturing enthusiastically with the bucket. Potlatch then seized the bucket, dumped its contents on Goldstein-Hughes' head while screaming, "No taxation without representation," after which Goldstein-Hughes pelted her opponent with handfuls of 1 part water, 4 parts potting soil, while screaming down the patriarchy. The judges declared no winner of the debate, but did declare the American people the loser. Video of the event passed 1 million views on YouTube in just under 48 hours. A flock of Canadian geese are being blamed for a convenience store robbery on Highway 71 last night, after Shirley Baltor of International Falls reported 7 of the majestic gray, black, and white birds came into the Stop and Shop near the junction with County Road 710 and refused to leave. Though Mrs. Baltor does not claim the geese actually demanded anything, she does claim they, quote, stared at her funny until she opened the register, unquote. The geese then took all available paper money, U.S. and Canadian, and waddled out of the store. The gang of thieves took to wing before police could arrive, making their getaway in picture postcard fashion as they rose into the sunset, flying in a perfect V formation. This is the first reported case of foul play at the Stop and Shop since 1997.
Hi, I'm Carl. And next time you want to take your party, bar mitzvah, or wedding up a notch, you could do a lot worse than Carl's royalty-free DJ service. I got all the gear, all the sounds, and all the youthful energy to keep your party going all night long, and without having to pay 1 cent in artist royalties. That's real important. My Uncle Dave went to law school for a year, and he told me so. So all of our songs are 100% free of copyright and 100% fun. So if you want to make sure your grandma's birthday party really kicks it, hire Carl's royalty-free DJ service.
Carl's Royalty Free. See his flyers with the little phone numbers you can tear off at Lake Grocery.
Let the legally sanctioned fun begin!
Okay, 20 minutes past the hour here at Radio Icebox, and we have yet another call coming in. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, yeah, I'm holding for Jimmy Jim.
Yeah, yes, this is JJ.
Right, yeah, this is Steve. Hey, look, I was calling because my neighbor said she saw Bigfoot. I seen him too.
Oh, I see. And where do you live?
Why?
Well, we're trying to track the story, and that means figuring out where you saw whatever it was you saw.
I don't want to tell you where I live.
But you live in Icebox.
I just said I don't want to tell you where I live.
Right. It's just that if you can get our radio signal, you're within about 2 miles of the Opera House.
I don't want to tell you where I live.
Right, okay. So tell me what you saw, Steve.
Well, in my woods behind my house, those are the woods off Beach Avenue, I seen him walk back and knock a couple branches off trees.
Okay, really, and how would you describe the creature?
Probably 8, 9 feet tall, maybe 500 pounds.
Wow.
Smelled real bad, too, just like Polly said. Her place is just up the road from mine at 602. I'm about 2 doors down from hers, but I don't want to tell you where I live.
Your secret's safe with me. Thank you, Steve. We're following a big story here at Radio Icebox. Bigfoot sighted off Beach Avenue. So we need to... Oh, wow, we got another call coming in. You've reached Radio Icebox. You're on the air.
What are you going to do about it?
Sorry, this is JJ at Radio Icebox. Who am I speaking to, please?
This is Edgar Potlatch, Beach Avenue. And I pay my taxes.
That's very commendable, sir.
What are you gonna do about it?
Do about your taxes?
No, this joker in the monkey suit walking through the woods. He just came through my backyard, stepped right on the wife's begonias. She's off shopping in the city, so I know she's gonna blame me when she gets back. So I want to know what you're gonna do about it.
So you saw Bigfoot too?
Don't change the subject. I pay my taxes.
Well, have you called the police?
No. They don't take my calls no more. That's why I'm running for mayor.
Well, sir, we're a radio station. We're a private business. We don't actually receive any tax dollars.
Oh, sure. That old excuse. You're just like the grocers at the hardware store. I pay my taxes and I expect service.
Okay, but to clarify, you've sighted Bigfoot in your backyard along Beach Avenue.
That's right. Number 302, just 2 doors down from Steve. He's at 306 Beach Avenue.
Steve didn't want his address read out over the air.
Just erase that then.
This is live radio.
Oh, well, for the love of... What do I even pay my taxes for?
Okay, it's 25 past the hour here at Radio Icebox. We're going to play a song, catch our breath, but stay tuned for the latest on all these Bigfoot sightings right after this. Woo!
JJ!
Abby, hi. Man, the weirdos are out this morning.
I heard.
JJ? Oh, hi, Abby. You just get in?
Oh, just 5 minutes ago. Did you hear?
I did, yeah.
Good morning, Cody.
Morning, JJ.
Boy, the weirdos are out this morning, aren't they?
That's what we wanted to talk with you about.
Yeah.
You two wanted to talk to me?
Yes, but we need to wait until...
Oh, I'm here.
Good morning, Major. Boy, the weirdos are out this morning, aren't they?
Good morning, JJ. And you don't know the half of it.
Yeah, that's usually the way it is. So what can I do for the three of you?
Well, we need to talk.
About Henry.
Right.
Henry, who's he?
It was them phone calls, JJ.
Oh, well, those were from an Edgar, and I think there was a Steve.
Edgar Potlatch?
Yep, that's the guy.
He's way ahead in the polls, you know.
Oh, he's gonna be the new mayor soon.
Well, there are worse things that can happen, though I can't think of any right now.
And it's unimportant. This is about Henry.
Yes.
Henry, who's he? Wait, have we done this before?
Henry is who the phone calls were about. We've got to help him.
But the phone calls were all about Bigfoot.
Right.
So Henry is...
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take a moment here and ask a question that I can only describe as hopeful.
All right.
Is there any chance the three of you are here out of a concern for a man who likes to dress up in a monkey suit and wander around scaring the neighbors?
No, that's not what we're talking about at all.
That's what I was afraid of. You're talking about an actual thing, aren't you?
I think it's a little rude to refer to him as a thing.
Yeah, he gets that all the time. He doesn't need to hear that from us.
So we're talking about an actual Bigfoot, right?
Well, of course.
Are you three saying you actually know this creature thing, entity? You know this entity, right?
Well, Cody and Major know him. I just met him once at a board game night.
Right.
You met Bigfoot at board game night?
Sure.
Bigfoot plays board games?
Well, no, generally the table's too small. He just stopped by to borrow something, I think.
A book, I think.
Right.
Okay.
You, all right, JJ?
Okay.
Is he okay?
Oh, yeah. He just needs a minute to rebuild his perception of reality.
We all need that sometimes.
I'm back.
See?
Bigfoot exists.
Yeah, we know.
And you guys are wanting to, what are you guys wanting to do exactly?
Well, we need to help him.
Yes.
Help him do what? Does he have a problem?
Oh, we're not sure, but we're concerned.
Very concerned.
He shouldn't be in town like this.
Why not? I thought you just said he came to board game night.
Oh, it's just not good. It's kind of like that fox that was spotted in town last year, the one that kept wandering up to people.
Yeah, I remember that. We thought it was rabid.
Right. Same principle here. If a wild animal starts wandering up to people, it means something's wrong.
Wait a minute. Are you saying Bigfoot's rabid?
Of course not.
Don't jump to conclusions.
Well...
Grandpa?
Well, I'm sorry, but we don't know what's going on. We know Henry's not right, and the best available data suggests Bigfoots are warm-blooded, which means they are susceptible to rabies.
But you can't say that out loud. You'll scare people.
There's no one here but JJ.
And now I'm scared.
Oh, you're always scared about something.
Well, that's true.
Look, JJ, we're talking about here is going into the woods and finding Henry and just making sure he's okay.
We're worried about him, and he's our friend.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you need me for?
You're just a contingency plan.
For what?
Well, if we find Henry unconscious, it will take all four of us to lift him. That's a good rule of thumb. 1 adult Bigfoot equals 4 adult humans.
But we really don't think it's going to be necessary.
Oh, we just want you along just in case.
How do you guys have such information?
Internet.
Yeah.
And you believe the internet?
When it comes to information on Bigfoots, sure.
Where else are you gonna find that?
So sorry, did you just say Bigfoots?
Yes.
Shouldn't it be Big Feet?
What?
You said Bigfoots. Shouldn't the plural for Bigfoot be Big Feet?
It's the Klamath Falls Conference all over again.
Oh, don't get him started on this, JJ.
Started on what?
Oh, on what the plural form of Bigfoot should be. There's been extensive debate online and in person about the proper plural of Bigfoot.
And people worry about these things?
People obsess about these things.
Let's just all settle on saying Bigfoots for now. The debate can wait.
Yeah, the debate between smart people and people who are stupid and wrong.
You mean the Big Feet people?
Of course.
Okay, just checking. What are you guys going to do now?
Well, first we provision, then we meet at dusk in the woods off of Beach Avenue.
Wait, we're going into the woods at night?
Dusk, I said.
Yeah, but that comes right before...
JJ, don't think about it.
And so the day passes with the tiny village of Icebox caught in the grip of fear. Bigfoot fear. Reports of sightings roll in, the radio station reports diligently, the police department takes their phone off the hook and hides in the basement. But luckily, no close encounters or property damage is reported beyond Mrs. Potlatch's begonias. It's 10 hours later now, and Cody, JJ, Abby, and Major Rideau have gathered at the end of 6th Street, where the calm and order of town gives way to the animal savagery of the wilderness beyond. Gazing into the woods and their destiny, the quartet of adventurers takes a moment to collect their thoughts before JJ speaks.
I'm going home.
Grab him, Cody.
Got him.
Let go! I'm not going out there!
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Well, then why are you carrying a rifle?
Oh, well, this is more of an accessory than a gun. Goes with the pith helmet and the cargo shorts.
Bandolier's a nice touch, too.
Oh, thank you.
So you're going into the woods with a high-powered rifle, and I'm guessing 30 rounds of ammunition, and you're claiming that it's safe?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I have a high-powered rifle and about 30 rounds of ammunition.
And you're saying that's enough against Big Feet?
Grandpa, hand me the rifle.
Boys, would you quit squabbling and get it together? Dusk is the best time to find Henry, and I'm getting worried.
From everything you said, it sounds like Henry can take care of himself.
Which is very possible. We just have to be sure.
Right.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Are you gonna be okay?
I think so. I just don't like nature.
We know. We'll keep as much of it off you as possible.
Thank you. Let's go. So, how exactly do we find Henry?
First, look for footprints. It's pretty hard ground here, so that might be tough.
There should be some soft spots in the mud deeper into the woods. Could find a few prints there.
Oh, and we know he was seen behind Beach Avenue and nowhere else.
He could actually have gone deeper into the woods.
Oh, he could have?
Of course. Bigfoots are elusive creatures. They don't like being around people or anything.
That's a major reason we're out here.
Right.
Wait, so he might not even be around.
Oh, we've established that, yes.
Okay, well, I feel better now. We might be alone. We'll just look for footprints.
Footprints and other things.
Other things like what? Ew.
Like scat, for example.
Bigfoot scat?
It's funny. You can usually smell it farther away.
What am I? What?
Ha! JJ stepped in the Bigfoot poop.
Oh, leave him alone. We've all done it.
Oh, I know. I'm just funning him. Here, I'll give you a hand, JJ.
Hey, my foot's stuck.
Well, yeah, that's a trait of Bigfoot's leavings. Very adhesive.
I can't get loose.
Careful, JJ. If you thrash around too much, you'll end up more stuck.
Both feet are in it now.
Well, that's the thing about you, JJ. Eventually, you'll always put your foot in it.
Would somebody help me, please?
Oh, of course. Cody, get one side. I'll get the other.
I'll grab him around the waist.
Okay, on 3, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
That's got him free.
Well, that's partially true.
I think you forgot something, JJ.
Your boots are still stuck in the poop.
I know that. Don't you think I know that?
What'd you leave your boots in the poop for?
I didn't do it on purpose. That's just really sticky scat.
Okay, just set him down. He's getting heavy.
No, wait.
What is it?
I'm in my stocking feet.
So?
So I haven't done laundry this week, and these are my last socks.
Are you suggesting we carry you around the woods?
Well, I wouldn't say no.
Drop him, boys.
Whoa!
You okay, JJ?
You dropped me.
You really asked for it.
Yeah.
You dropped me right next to the poop. If I'd fallen in, I could have been stuck here forever.
Oh, nonsense. We could have come back with a block and tackle and got you free.
But only after you thought about what you did.
Yeah. Carry you around the woods. You're heavy, JJ.
Well, there's no reason to get sensitive about it.
Yeah. Come on, JJ. Let's forget about it and just go.
Yeah.
You guys.
What is it?
There's something over there.
Over where? I don't see anything.
Over there.
What? Seriously, JJ, we don't see anything.
Well, from my newfound location, prone on the ground, I can see it. I can see 2 big feet.
Reddish brown fur?
Yes.
10 toes? About size 32, extra wide?
At least.
Okay. All right, Henry, come on out. We see you.
Hello, Henry. How are you feeling? Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry to hear that.
You shouldn't go walking through town like that, Henry.
Yeah, you had us worried.
Oh, that's JJ. He's a friend.
Eep.
A frightened friend, but a friend.
That is the biggest creature I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, that's kind of their thing.
What's he saying?
He's asking who put the boots in the poop.
Really?
Really? I think he's kind of proud of it.
Ew, really?
No, I kind of see that. It's kind of a dark human impulse to show off your poop. I had this roommate in college. He always made us look before he flushed. Weird guy. He's in the legislature now.
Well, Henry says the boots are ruining the effect, and he's going to take them out.
Thank you, Henry.
JJ?
Yeah?
You're probably going to want to toss those boots out.
Yeah, so I smell.
All right, Henry, now that we're here, we want to talk to you. We want to make sure you're all right.
Yes, we know. But it's not like you to come into town like that.
Oh, a dozen or more people saw you, you know.
Oh, that's all right. We just have to make sure you're okay.
You're what?
What do you mean?
Is this a good time to ask how you three understand everything he's saying?
We learned the language, obviously.
Oh, yes, it's also obvious now.
Quiet. Henry, repeat what you just said. We didn't understand. What did you hear?
Sounded like I am malfunctioning.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Do you have any idea what he means?
No, none.
Henry, we don't understand. What do you mean when you say you're malfunctioning?
What do you say now?
I've said too much.
You have?
Oh, no, that's what he said.
No, I don't understand.
We don't either. It doesn't make any sense.
Whoa, what's happening?
I don't know. Stand back!
Grandpa?
I know. My theory is correct.
Abby?
Yes, JJ?
Did Bigfoot just blow up?
It appears so. Major?
Oh, it's just as I thought.
Good. If it's just as you thought, can you explain it to the rest of us?
Well, it's a theory that's been kicking around the internet for a couple of years now. You know the problem with proving Bigfoot exists.
Are we really worried about that now? There's a Bigfoot slumped right in front of us, a tendril of smoke rising slowly from the top of its head.
Oh, very poetic, JJ, but beside the point. Researchers have been unable to prove the existence of Bigfoot for decades now, despite the fact that virtually everyone is carrying a cell phone these days, a cell phone equipped with a camera.
Right. And yet we still don't have any photographic evidence better than the Patterson-Gimlin film from 1967.
Oh, is that the one where Bigfoot is walking off into the woods and kind of looking back over his shoulder?
No, it's the one where Bigfoot is walking off into the woods looking back over her shoulder.
What? You mean it's a female?
Yes.
How do you know?
There are breasts, JJ.
There are breasts?
Yes. Clearly visible right there in the film.
Huh. You know, I usually notice clearly visible breasts.
Can we get back to the subject, please?
Sure. What was the subject again?
Why there's no proof of Bigfoot.
Right. Sorry, I just was getting distracted by the thought of...
Yes, we know. Continue, Major.
As I was saying, the lack of conclusive photographic evidence, despite the proliferation of cameras, has led to some Bigfoot researchers to consider alternative theories about the creature's nature.
That's right. Up until 20 years ago, it was assumed if Bigfoots existed, they were just a previously unknown species of primate.
Yeah, just an animal living in North America with a really good hiding instinct.
But now, we're considering other alternatives that might explain how such a huge creature could remain hidden in the wilderness.
Which mankind encroaches on more every year.
Right. Hidden in a wilderness, with us humans encroaching more every year. I mean, it only makes sense, right? I mean, if they were just an animal, we should eventually have something besides a bunch of easily faked footprint casts.
A picture, a video.
A corpse.
Right, or a Bigfoot corpse. We should have had it by now, right?
I'm sorry, were you asking me? Because I was still thinking about
Your conclusion, gentlemen?
Our conclusion is this. Maybe Bigfoot isn't an animal at all. Maybe he's a robot.
I mean, clearly he's a robot. He just blew up in front of us.
Right! And that's why we're very excited by this development.
Oh, wait, but what about the poop?
Oh, pretty sure if we took it back to the lab, it would prove to be something besides poop.
Like what?
Mystery substance, maybe. Given what just happened to Henry, I'd be willing to bet it won't be organic poop.
Hey, I just realized. We have a corpse now.
You're right. We actually have a Bigfoot body to take back to the laboratory and study.
Take back? How?
Well, remember we brought you along because it takes 4 to carry a Bigfoot? I assume that goes for dead or alive?
I assume, yes.
Wait, we're gonna carry that thing? Must weigh a ton.
About half a ton, I'd say.
We just have to get it back to the trailhead. I'll bring my pickup around.
Wait a minute, wait. If Big Feet...
JJ?
Sorry, if Bigfoots were robots, then who built them and why?
That's the next mystery to solve, JJ. And I'll bet we can take some big steps toward it by getting this thing examined.
Right. We should really get back to the lab as soon as we...
Major?
Yes, Abby?
Was that what it looked like?
A UFO swooping down, picking up Henry with a tractor beam, then zipping away? Yes, it was.
Well, I guess we know why we can't find any Bigfoot corpses around.
Whoa, wait.
Abby, I think JJ's brain is melting.
Yeah, I see that.
It was a flying spaceship, saucer space sky.
Come on, JJ, let's go home.
But the thing and the stuff and the Bigfoot...
Yes, I know. Ooh, look, they de-pooped your shoes.
My shoes?
Yes, the poop's gone, like it was never there.
It was never there?
All right, let's go with that. It was never there, and you were never here.
Never.
Abby, is he going to be all right?
He will be. He just gets this way when his reality matrix is compromised by, fact. He'll just need to lay down for a little while.
I'm in my stocking feet in the woods. Bert and Ernie will be very upset.
Bert and Ernie?
Yeah, when he gets like this, his inner child takes over and he believes he lives on Sesame Street.
I'll give these socks to Oscar the Grouch. He'll love them. Maybe he'll let me see inside his can at last.
Can we do anything to help?
You could pick me up a big bottle of whiskey.
For you?
Oh yeah, for me.
Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. This has been Radio Icebox, the day the foot stood still. Diane Adams, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Boyer, Justin Kapla, Aela Mackintosh, Tom Bement, Caleb Silvers. On sound effects, Evie Conat. Our engineer, Ian Hall. Mark Black, the Bush pilot. Jim Yount right out there. Thank you so much for coming. I meant to look up what next week's concert is. Does anybody know? It's Darcy Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen. Her own self performing. What? And friends. She has friends, and she's going to prove it next week, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Thank you very much for coming out. Good night.